On this year's World Teachers Day, we will elaborate on two things. Who is a BOG teacher and who is an untrained teacher? In the section of the untrained teachers, we had two types of UTs. We had primary school untrained teachers, and we had secondary school untrained teachers. Both were different, that is, serving different terms of services. They only shared a name, UTs, that is untrained teachers, but their terms of service was different. Let us start with BOG teachers, or is it BOM? Previously, they used to be called Board of Governors teachers, but nowadays we call them Board of Management teachers. Some school committees and even some CDFs do construct many buildings in schools. We have to thank them. It is possible to find that plenty of the new classes are brought in through Harambes or even the CDF. With more children, environment, and more classrooms built, there is need to start extra streams in each class. If the school had 3 streams each, you find that because the Harambes have been done and CDF has assisted, then you find that the schools open new what? The schools open new streams, but the TSC has sent, the TSC has just sent a fixed number of teachers. So you find that there'll be need for extra teachers. The Board of Management, the Parents Teachers Association, etc., and even in some cases, the sponsors such as churches and such things, then decide to employ some youths. Mostly, almost all cases, those youths are TSC registered. So these youths are employed as BOM teachers. Remember, almost all are TSC registered. They are fully qualified teachers. It is only that they are not yet employed. These teachers are paid peanuts. These teachers are paid peanuts. They accept to be paid peanuts because of two reasons. They either accept this job with peanuts as salary, or they stay jobless. 2, being BOM teachers, they stand a higher chance of being taken should they stand a higher chance, or should the TSC decide to increase the number of teachers in that very same school or nearby school. Even with peanuts as a salary, the so-called capitation usually comes late. It is quite normal to find that a board teacher completing a whole term without being paid. This is when you find teachers introducing the so-called tuition. I was a member of the PTA. I was a member of BOM, and I saw this is when teachers introduced tuition, whereby parents contribute something for the teachers to teach at least an hour per day. You find the government has said that that tuition is illegal, but then that is when you find schools introducing tuition. The BOM and the PTA look aside. They pretend not to be aware of tuition. In a good instances of the tuition fees, permanent teachers, those who are employed by TSC Direct, would only request for very little money. You find the preferring that most be given to the BOM teachers, because the BOM teachers have to pay rent, have to buy food, have got to do whatever. I can tell you from the school that I was a BOM member and a PTA member that there were over 80% of the instances, you'd find that the amount would be equivalent to what BOM pays the BOM teachers. So you find that at a time, the teachers who are on permanent pay would say, can you pay our colleagues who are BOM teachers? And then you find that these other teachers who are on permanent would only take a few coins, maybe to take care of transport and whatever. Otherwise, you find that BOM are given that, and even when they are given that, it is peanuts. So when you add the other peanut, it becomes double peanuts. And you find that BOM teachers are usually paid maybe once in a term for 3 months. Maybe that one is equivalent to a salary. So I'm not saying that all cases are that way, but I'm saying that majority, over 60% of the money you hear being paid as tuition is genuine money that usually ends up with the BOM teachers. Now we go to UTs, that is untrained teachers. Untrained teachers, they used to be two types. There used to be untrained teachers. What I want to say here is that nowadays we don't have untrained teachers. How can you hire an untrained teacher when we have people who have already completed TTC and they're out there with TSC numbers and there are no jobs? But during our time, we used to have two types of untrained teachers. Now we are covering the topic of untrained teachers. Untrained teachers are two types. The first type of the untrained teachers is primary school untrained teachers. And the second is the secondary school untrained teachers. We will start with untrained teachers in secondary school, since their story is shorter than the untrained teachers in primary school. Untrained teachers in secondary schools were Form 6s who were waiting to join either I'm saying untrained teachers in secondary schools were Form 6s. One, they were either waiting to join the university, or they were the university students during their long holiday, the 4-month long holiday. As you see, these were not like primary school untrained teachers. These were stopgap UTs who were teaching to kill boredom. For example, this is a Form 6 who is waiting to join the university. For that period, from the time he has completed Form 6 to the time he goes to the university, he goes to a nearby school to teach to kill boredom. The other one are university students. During our time, we used to have three-year course, 763. So university used to be 3 years. And during the 2 long holidays, that is, first year you want to go to second year, or second year you want to go to third year. The 4-month holiday, you'd teach. So these were stopgap UTs who were there to kill boredom. To them, to everybody around, even the students who were there, they knew that these teachers were temporary. But as for primary UTs, these were people employed by TSC. These were people who were employed by TSC. They were untrained but employed by TSC. There even came a time in the 80s when these untrained teachers went for an in-service course, such that students from TTCs, when they are on holidays, uh, April, August, and December holidays, these untrained teachers would go to the TTCs for an in-service course. Now we want to compare them with BOM, Board of Management or Board of Governors teachers. These are trained teachers registered by TSC but have to be paid by the Board of Management. They usually suffer a lot. Because of that. And for that, we celebrate them.